Hello folks, it's Steve here again from the UK Prepper's Guide. Now I'm out and about today, and just along this fence line here I've come across this patch of stinging nettles. Now they're of particular interest because they're quite tall. They're 4 foot plus with decent sized diameter stems. So what I thought I'd do, I'd grab myself a few, strip them down, take them back with me, and we'll make ourselves some natural cordage from them. Now there's quite a few stinging nettles here, and it's the law of average. The more you try and pick, the more chances are you'll get stung. So I'm going to wear some gloves to protect my hands. It's just common sense really, and it makes the job a lot easier and a lot quicker as well. Now I'm picking the more taller stems because they'll give us the best lengths to make our cordage with. So I've got a pretty good bunch here to start with. I'll just strip all the leaves off. Just run your hand down it, take off the leaves, we turn it over, go the other way. What you're doing, you're getting rid of all the trichomes, all the stingers and all the hairs that are on the stem. So we've got ourselves a nice supply. What we can do now is to take your knife and just take off the root. You don't need that, obviously. Now I've got the nettle stems back home with me here, although you could actually make your cordage out in the field where you pick the nettle. The only disadvantage to that is that it's going to contain a lot of moisture, and once you've made your cordage and after you've used it for a little while, what will happen is it will start to dry out naturally and it will become brittle, and you know, it's not going to last as long. So what I like to do is bring it home with me, strip it down and dry it out before I make the cordage. The first step in the process is to flatten out the whole stem. Now the problem you'll come across is these nodes here, they're difficult to flatten out. So you can use several ways of doing it. You can use your knife, put that on it and sort of crush down, or alternatively a bit of stick, a bit of twig, and roll along them like a rolling pin. It'll have the same effect, and it crushes it all the way along, and when you get to the node, a bit of extra pressure. So now what you have is your stem, but it's been flattened, okay? It's starting to break the fibres up. So you take in your fingernail, you literally run it along the stem, and this allows you to open it up. Next, just run your thumb along and open the whole stem up. Round about the middle, fold it in half. And what this gives you is the pith and the fibre are parting company. So you want to try and keep this part flat, so put your thumb on it here and it will peel off nice and easy, and that's the fibres that you want to make your cordage. And turning around the other side, you can do exactly the same again. These are the strands for my cord. They will dry out quite a bit and shrink. That's why I chose the taller stinging nettles in the first place, knowing that they're going to shrink. But what we want to do now is separate each fibre, and they come apart at the nodules, so you're getting 4 or 5 strands from each piece. You can strip them down even further, and if you make cordage with them, then it's very strong because you can use lots of smaller fibres. But I'm going to keep to about this size, and I should be left with quite a supply. So that's the result of stripping down all those nettle stems. I'll leave them to dry now, and when I come back I can start making some cordage. Welcome back everybody. The bark of the stinging nettles has dried out absolutely completely because I got a bit distracted and I only intended to leave them for about 4 hours to dry out naturally. Instead it's been a couple of days now, so they're well and truly dry. Out in the wild, if you was just to pick them normally on a hot summer's day, it'd only take a few hours to dry them out anyway. Now, as with all bushcraft tasks, there's always more than one way to do it, and making cordage is no exception. There's several methods. Find out for yourself, try all the different methods, and whatever's the most successful and works the best for you is the one to use. So the first job to do is just to separate all these strands. You take your strand, you bend it in half, not exactly in half. You want one leg longer than the other, and this is so that you can splice in a new strand when you're making the cordage longer. Take your strand and twist it to the right until it wants to naturally form a little loop like that. You take hold of your loop, you carry on twisting that to the right, and then turn the whole cord to the left so you're on the other strand. Twist to the right, turn to the left. Twist to the right and turn to the left.
Twist to the right, turn to the left. Twist to the right, turn to the left. Twist to the right. Turn to the left. Twist to the right, turn to the left.
Now, this is incredibly strong. Let's say we've reached the end of one of the legs, and it's much more shorter. Okay, you want to now splice a new piece in. So you take your new piece, laying beside the shorter leg, twist and turn, and what you're doing is almost seamlessly interlocking it with the other one. Now where you have this bit here, don't pull it, cut it. You can carry on for as long as you want to make as long a bit of string as you require, and it will be very strong. It will store nicely and it won't come undone. So there you are, folks, natural cordage from stinging nettles. I find this method the easiest. There are others, and try them by all means to see what suits you. But go out, get some nettles and try it for yourself and see how much success you have. It really is quite easy. So on that note, I hope you enjoyed the video, and take care, stay safe, and I'll see you again on the next UK Preppers Guide video. Bye for now.